hello. Happy New Year, everyone. You are making meals with Meka. I see we already have people here waiting. Hello. We have Jeff and we have Deontay. Let's go, everybody. Let's go. So, what I'm going to be doing today is I will be interacting with the thread as I cook. I hope everyone is having a wonderful new year thus far. I will be asking some engaging questions as we go along, but I do want to say hey to the people who are here already. What's up, Jeff? What's up, little brother Deontay? It is always a pleasure to have you guys here. So today we are actually making one of my favorite low carb dishes. It's 2026. It's been my experience that in the new year, everyone's like, oh my God, I need to lose weight or I got to eat healthier. So they make New Year's resolutions to, new year, do you. That's what everyone says. New year, do you. You know what I mean? New year, do me. Hello, Jay Kelly. Hey. So this dish is going to be absolutely perfect. This is a low carb, high protein dish. So if you are on a low carb journey or on a weight loss journey at the start of this year, this is going to be an absolutely perfect dish for you. Really, really easy to make. And it's absolutely delicious. Like I said, it's one of my favorite dishes. It doesn't have a lot of ingredients and it's very, very, very fulfilling. So let's get started, shall we? I'm just really excited to start off this year with the first episode of Making Meals with Meka live, and we will be here every single Wednesday. And during different months, I will have different themes just based off of, like what's going on or what I feel is popular or is popping at the time. And, right now, everyone wants to lose weight, right? So, put a thumbs up if that was one of your New Year's resolutions. I need to lose weight. I feel like a lot of people, that always happens. So this is going to be the perfect dish. We're going to make our zoodles. So zoodles are basically zucchini noodles. Now you can get the zucchini noodles already done like in the grocery store, but it's a little more expensive. So we're going to make our own zoodles today using zucchinis, and we have this little contraption here. I love it. It's pretty awesome. So you'll see how it works in a second. And we're going to cook these zoodles in this delicious garlicky lemony broth. It's nice and light. We're going to add a little butter at the end to make it rich and luxurious and delicious, and then we're going to add some protein, which is the chicken. So it's going to come together to make a delicious plate of wonderfulness. Let me say hi to some people. Hello, Tyra. Hi, Jojo. How are you? Happy New Year. Happy New Year, everyone. If you are just tuning in, you are Making Meals with Meka live, and we are making a delicious lemon garlic zoodles with some chicken. So let me roll my sleeves up here so we can get started. So first things first, let's get this chicken seasoned. For this recipe, I am using chicken thighs, okay? I'm using chicken thighs because thighs to me have more flavor and they're juicier than chicken breasts. But they do have more fat. So if you want to reduce the fat, go ahead and substitute the chicken thighs for chicken breast. All right? As we're making this meal together, I'm going to give you substitutions. If you want to substitute the chicken thighs for chicken breast, go right ahead. The chicken breasts work just as wonderfully as the chicken thighs. I like the thighs because, like I said, they have more flavor. They're just juicier, right? All right, so let's start chopping these. We're not going to cook these whole. We're actually going to chop these in smaller pieces so they can saute a little better. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yes, add, what's that, 3353. Fat adds flavor. Of course, fat does add flavor. And as you can see, I didn't even trim these chicken thighs because this is such a, low carb, like, low fat dish, I'm leaving the fat on here, you guys. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that fat on here. It's going to stay right there. I'm not going to trim it. But if you want to trim it, you 100% can. But like my friend said, fat adds flavor. And I am going to, now, if I was doing this not on live, I would totally just, I don't wear gloves when I'm cooking. I would totally just go in here with my hands and just hold the chicken and cut it. And then, of course, wash my hands afterwards. But I'm going to show you a way that you don't even have to touch the chicken. Use your tongs as your hand and then use your knife. And you're just going to go in. And I'm making just bite-sized cubes with the chicken. And I'll hold them up so you can see. Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. For those of you that are just tuning in, you're at the perfect time. We are making meals with Meka. It's the new year, new you. So we had to start off the very first cooking session this year with a really nice low carb, high flavor dish. Okay, let's see here. Santos, hello from Brazil. Hello. Welcome. Happy New Year. So this is the size of the chicken. All right, if you want to make them smaller, you can. I like nice, big, bite-sized pieces of chicken. So I'm just going to continue to cut this chicken. Now, the chicken is room temperature, okay? When you are cooking any type of protein, allow it to get room temperature. When you allow it to get room temperature, the first thing you're doing is you are allowing the muscles and the fat within the meat to warm up, right? That is going to make your meat juicier, okay? And then you are also preventing your meat from being shot. I know, right? Like, what are you talking about? What's meat shot? So if you take a very cold piece of meat and you put it in a pan, a hot pan, you actually shock the meat and it makes your meat tough. It can change, the wanted texture of the meat. So make sure you make sure your meat is room temperature before cooking. So that means depending on how much meat you have and what type of meat it is, that could be anywhere from a half an hour, like say you have fish, to like a steak, you might have to leave that out for maybe an hour. You just want it to be nice and room temperature before you cook it. Now with chicken, you have to be careful because when chicken gets room temperature, it gets a little slimy. So make sure you're careful when you're cutting your chicken, okay? When it's room temperature. Or you can use your tongs. Welcome, everyone. Hi, Marcus. Happy New Year, everyone. We have people from Brazil. So do me a favor. Go ahead and drop where you are from in the chat. I love to see where everyone is from. It just warms my heart so much. So far, we have someone from Brazil. Okay, let's go, Brazil. So I have the chicken nice and diced. This is the size, okay? And then we're going to season this. The fat adds flavor, but seasonings add flavor too. So we are going to start with some salt, okay? Now I am using sea salt here. I'm a very big fan of sea salt. And we are also using some black pepper. I hope everyone is doing well. Are you guys taking notes here? Salt and pepper. Okay, so those are the basics, all right? You can stop here if you want, but I don't want you to. We got salt and pepper. Then we're going to go in with some garlic powder. If you guys have been watching me, you already know that I love garlic powder. It is my absolute favorite seasoning. It makes everything delicious. Okay, so go ahead, put that garlic powder. And then we're going to use some thyme. Thyme, to me, is a very underrated seasoning. People think that, oh, you only use it for like Thanksgiving or for Italian food. But actually, thyme has the undernote of like lemon. So the thyme in the chicken is going to go perfect in this dish. So we have salt, black pepper, garlic powder, and thyme. Okay, and then we're going to mix this. We have JoJo from South Bend, Indiana, my hometown. You can never go wrong. That's the hometown right there, South Bend. Shout out to South Bend. We have Jeff. What's up, Meka? What's up, Jeff? How are you doing today? How are you doing? Jojo, how are you doing? How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a happy new year. Okay. The chicken is nice and seasoned. Now, how do you know if you have enough seasoning on your food? Okay. You can actually smell it. When you're cooking, you use all your senses. All your senses are in play here. So I can smell the seasoning on the chicken. That lets me know that I have enough enough seasoning. And then I'm just going to set this to the side, and we're just going to let this do its thing for a second. Okay, we're going to let the chicken become one with the seasoning. But let me give you guys a close up. Can y'all see that? Is that a good close up? Great tip on thyme. I did not know that. Yes, yes. Thyme is like that. We have someone, so we have Deontay. He's from South Bend too. South Bend is representing tonight. Okay, we have everyone from South Bend. Listen, way to show up, South Bend. Let's go, hometown. I'm loving it. I am loving it. Okay, now here's the fun part. We're going to make our zoodles. Now, I have not yet perfected a way to cut the zoodles on my own. Okay, if you are someone who knows how to cut zoodles on your own, let me know. So I have to use an apparatus. All right. Oh, Jimmy, my wife gets, okay, Jimmy says my wife gets jealous because I watch you cook. Jimmy, invite your wife to watch with you. Tell your wife I said hello. Tell your wife when you're watching me cook, you are getting great recipes so you can cook for her. Okay, that's how you gotta spin it. Like, look, babe, I'm watching her so I can help you eat better. Okay. All right. So these are the zucchini for this recipe. I am using 4 zucchini. Okay. I am going to just chop the ends off of the zucchini. All right. I'm going to chop the ends off. This zoodle maker that I have, I absolutely love it. Now it's also, you can use it for other things like chopping onions or tomatoes or things like that. But I basically use it to make my zucchini noodles. Invest in some type of spiralizer or zoodle maker if you are someone that really likes to make zoodles. Okay? You'll thank me later. Let me go to the comments. All right, all right. Oh my goodness. All right, I am loving it. Okay, guys, so I have the zucchini. Let me just trash this. Now, this zoodle maker. Okay, so it has the little cutters right here. All right, so those of you that are just tuning in, you are making meals with Meka, and we are making our lemon garlic zoodles with chicken, and I am right in the middle of making zoodles. So you have to be very careful, and you just take the whole thing and you just go down, like from top to bottom. Okay, and then the little apparatus, it catches the zoodles down there, and this is how I do mine. I go all the way down on one side to the core. Okay, so when I start to see the core, I know I'm done right there. Okay, and then I am turning it over to the other side. This is so easy, so convenient. And then when it gets like this, go ahead to the other side. And then we just continue to do this. And then it gets a little wobbly, but that's okay. You can hold it with 2 hands. But this is really, really, really convenient. Like I said, you can go to the grocery store and buy, your zoodles already made. But I feel like, for the quantity and the price, it's really not worth it. Like, I feel like it's a ripoff. All right, it's a ripoff. So make your own zoodles. You'll have a lot more, and it's fun. I really, really love using this apparatus. We have people just tuning in, and you guys are watching me make zoodles. All right, now with this right here, the core, I don't use this. We don't like food waste, but there's really nothing that I could do with this unless you chop it up. You can chop this up and use it in something else later, but I'm just going to discard this. Now, after let me show you what they look like though. These are beautiful. Okay. Here's the zoodles, guys. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then I'm going to put them in a bowl. And then so I'm going to zoodle a couple more. And then I'm going to show you what to do once we get them all done. So in the meantime, in between time, while I'm over here making some zoodles, those of you that are just tuning in, we are making our lemon garlic zoodles and chicken. You are making meals with Meka live. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Go ahead and drop where you are from in the comments. If you are having a good time, go ahead and like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, first of all, why not? Second of all, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can also hit the bell, and then you will stay updated on when I post new content and on the lives. Go ahead and leave in the comments where you are from. We have people from South Bend. We have someone from Phoenix. We have someone all the way from Brazil. This is just so amazing. I am loving it. If you made a New Year's resolution, I would really love to know what your New Year's resolution is. I wouldn't necessarily say I made a New Year's resolution. Well, I guess you can call it a New Year's resolution because it's a goal, right? My New Year's resolution was to make sure, I have like a to-do list every day. But the goal was to get up. Now, mind you, I have been working on this resolution for this is going on year 2 now. Last year, I set a resolution to get up every single day at 5 a.m. And I was serious about that, right? I was serious about getting up every single day at 5 a.m. And, last year, I got up a couple times at 5 a.m. But overall, I did not get up every day at 5 a.m. So I am happy to report that so far this year, I have been getting up every day at 5 a.m. and going to the gym. So, hence, we're making zoodles today. So that was my New Year's resolution. Okay. And then another one of my resolutions was to meditate every single day. So those are my resolutions so far. I have been doing great so far. So far, so good. So, check up on me in a couple weeks. When you're on the live, hit me up and be like, Meka, how's your New Year's resolutions going? Are you still waking up at 5 a.m.? Are you still meditating every day? Keep me accountable. Keep me accountable. Go ahead and share your New Year's resolutions with me. I would really, really enjoy it. Okay, let's see here. Someone says, can you store uncooked zoodles if you cut too many? Jojo, you absolutely positively can. Is zucchini. So what I would tell you to do is, before we do the next step, you would want to store them then. So I would store them in a Ziploc container, and you might want to put a little paper towel in the container. What that's going to, in the baggie. What that's going to do is going to absorb the moisture, because now when you cut them like this, all the moisture is ready to come out. So put them in a Ziploc baggie, and then put a little paper towel in there to absorb the moisture so they can last longer. But you absolutely can store them if you make too many. All right, so I just cut 2 large ones. Okay, and I have this, look at that. I think I'm going to do one more. I took out 4, but I think I'm going to do one more. And I like to see the conversation, the convo in the thread. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I hope it's good conversation. For those of you that are just tuning in, you are making Meals with Meka live. We are making lemon garlic noodles, zoodles, and this is a delicious, low carb, high flavor dish. One of my favorite zoodle dishes. I'm gonna go to the comments. Meka, well done on the 5 a.m. gym. That's me too. Make the rest of it. Yes, working out in the morning. I'm telling you, you guys. I don't know what time everyone gets up, right? But like I work for myself. So if I wanted to, I can just sleep in, right? And then, but what happened? You know, your day's gone. Waking up at 5 a.m., you accomplish so much. I mean, like I go to the gym, you know, I meditate, and I do, you know, some other things that's on my to-do list. And then I look up and it's only like 9 o'clock. I'm like, oh my God, it's only 9 o'clock? I have the whole day left. It's amazing. So I really enjoy waking up at 5 a.m. Okay. Welcome everyone. If you're just tuning in, you're making Meals with Meka live. And we are making our lemon garlic zoodles with chicken. All right. I think I've made enough. Let's see here. Tell me your New Year's resolutions. All right, let's see. New Year's grow a new AI service and automated business to 10K a month. Okay. So Jeff says that he wants to grow his business to 10K a month and then eventually 20K a month. Let's go. Let's scale that business. Absolutely. Good luck on that. Good luck on that. Growing a business is really, really important. I am all for that. You know, who else? What else? What other resolutions do we have out there? Okay, guys. Okay, we're done. We're done with the zoodles. Okay, this is the zoodle, the zucchini core, and you can actually save that core, and you can do like stuffed zucchini. You can use that core if you are making like mixed vegetables. But we're not going to use that right now. Okay. Now, this next step is very important when you're making this dish. Zoodles are high in water. This is mostly water in here. Okay. We don't want our sauce to be too watery. The sauce is already nice and light. It's not a thick sauce. We need to get the water to come out of the zoodles before we cook it. What we're going to do is we are going to lightly season these with some salt. Okay? Do not skip this step. It is very, very important. So this is going to serve 2 purposes. You're going to extract the water from the zoodles, and then you're also seasoning. You know, you're seasoning these zoodles at the same time, which is really good. Do not skip this step, okay? So I'm going to mix this up. And like if you've ever cooked eggplant before or anything like that, this is what you do to eggplant as well. You want to salt it and then just let it sit. Let the salt do its thing, and it's going to release all the water from the zoodles. So when we cook them, all that water won't go in our sauce. We do not want a runny sauce, okay? So I'm going to set these aside. Let's see. Yes, Deontay, these are zucchini. Yep, these are zucchini. I started with 4, but I'm only going to use 3 because they just yielded so much. All right. Now, before we start cooking our chicken, let's chop the rest of our vegetables for this dish. We're going to use some shallot, and we're going to use some garlic. Now, shallot is in the onion family, and you use shallot when you're making a very delicate sauce and you don't want it overpowered by the onion. So I am going to use shallot, and I am going to chop some garlic, some very, very fresh garlic, okay? If you've never used shallot before, they look like tiny red onions. They have a sweeter taste and a softer texture than onions, and I really like using them in sauces like this. I mean, they add a really nice depth of flavor, but they do not overpower the dish, okay? So if you haven't used shallot before, go ahead and try some shallot. Let me. All right, let's go to the comments. Meka, have you done the same with sweet potato? Okay, so I don't like sweet potato. I don't like sweet potato at all. So that answer would be no. Let's see here. Donate. You're not paying attention. Oh, you're talking about Dante. All right, let's see. We have Tyra. Hi. Share this recipe with my cousin. She loves zucchini. I've never had zoodles before. I'll cook this recipe with her when we meet. Yay, absolutely. Listen, this recipe is wonderful. Thank you, Tyra. Your cousin will love this recipe. Do you hear me? And zoodles are delicious. And it is a really great substitute to noodles. I am a huge pasta fanatic. I mean, there really is no way to describe how much I love pasta. However, these zoodles, when I eat the zoodles, it's like I'm good. I don't crave the pasta. I don't need a pasta. This is a beautiful, delicious, healthy substitute for pasta. So if you haven't tried zoodles, go ahead. You're here at the right spot. Hey guys, we got more people joining. If you're just tuning in, we are making meals with Meka live. We are making lemon garlic zoodles with chicken. So we have our zucchini noodles. I'm sweating them out right now. And I'm currently chopping a shallot. And for those of you that don't know what a shallot is, I would say it's a lighter, sweeter, less pungent version of an onion. Okay? Of an onion. And they look like little tiny red onions, don't they? So I am just fine dicing these. So I'm just going in with my knife, going in again and fine dicing them. Is everyone having a good time today? I hope you guys are having a good time. Go ahead, hit the like button if you are having a great time. All right. So we have our shallot done. And right now, guys, we're just prepping. We're prepping everything. So when I bring out the hot plate in the pan, we're going nonstop. So we have our shallot done, and then we have garlic. Garlic, I will say it again, is my absolute favorite seasoning. Like I know that God exists because there's garlic. Well, garlic and cheese. Okay, that lets me know that there's a God because there's garlic and there's cheese. Period. So I am crushing 4 cloves of garlic. Okay, that's all right. So, and it's really good to relieve stress too. You just get to pound it with the back of your hand. So take the back of your hand, you hit that knife, and you pound the garlic. Then it opens up for you nice and easily. You know, you got to show that garlic who's boss. Come on out for me. Quit playing. Okay. And then I'm just going to go in and I am going to finely chop this garlic. Or fine chopped garlic is also called mincing. Okay. I repeat, I do not recommend getting the jarred garlic, the already minced garlic. No, you guys, if you use that garlic, no judgment, but I need you to stop. Okay. Don't use it from this point on. It's not good. You need to get fresh garlic. Take the little cloves off and smash it like I just taught you how to smash it. JoJo says she loves garlic too. Jess says yes. Garlic and cheese, yes. Deontay says, how is the flavor of shallot? The flavor of shallot is a lighter version of an onion. And you know, sometimes if you add too many onions can be overpowering, or they can overpower a dish. So I use shallot when I'm making a very delicate sauce. Like today, this sauce is going to consist of chicken stock and butter. and lemon. So it's a very delicate, light sauce. I didn't want it to be overpowered by the garlic. So you're going, but I do want, I mean, by the onion, but I do want, you know, that depth of flavor that onions have. So we're going to use shallot. Okay. So that's when you use shallot. All right. I'm almost done. Let me go throw this away. All right. All right. So I'm going to make sure that we have everything. All right, you guys. So I am just heating up my pan right now because I am ready to, let's put everything together. And this is not going to take a long time. All right. This is not going to take a long time. The longest is the prep time. Okay. So we have our zoodles right here. We have our shallot and our garlic. I'm going to set that to the side. On my stove, I have chicken broth warming up. Another key, when you are making sauces and you have to add any liquid, so if you have to add chicken broth or stock, or if you have to add cream, add it warm. You want to add it warm because you don't want to bring down the temperature of your food, okay? That is a cooking hack. That's really, really important. And we also have our chicken, okay? So this chicken, you guys see, it's glistening right now. That means that it's ready to go, okay? So we have our pan right here. And this is a one pan meal, guys. One pan meal. All right. And I always just like touch this. Hi guys, this is just tuning in. You are making meals with Meka. Thank you for tuning in. Happy New Year. We are making our lemon garlic zoodles with chicken. And you know what? This could easily be a vegetarian dish, right? If you don't want to use chicken, take the chicken out. And the zoodles with the lemon garlic sauce is absolutely delicious. You can still enjoy this if you do not eat, if you don't eat meat. Instead of the chicken stock, you are going to substitute it for vegetable stock. So everything about this recipe is totally you can totally personalize it to fit your dietary needs, okay? You can also exchange the chicken for any, well, I wouldn't say a lot of different proteins, but if you're a pork eater, you can actually, pork goes really well with lemon and garlic and zucchini. You can add pork to this instead of chicken. So you're going to make this your own. Whatever you need to do to make it your own, go ahead. All right, so let's put everything together, okay? Prep time is over. It took us 30 minutes to prep. All right. We're going to add to this, I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon of, this is avocado oil. If you were using chicken breast instead of chicken thighs, I suggest using 2 tablespoons of oil. But because chicken thighs have that fat, we only need 1 tablespoon of oil, okay? So that's a benefit of using chicken thighs because you don't have to use as much oil. Tyra says, can I use tofu? You absolutely can. So Tyra, what I would do is, just like I'm going to sear the chicken, you would, season your tofu however you season it. Then you're going to sear your tofu and then remove it, right? And then when it's time to put everything together, you might we'll edit the steps a little bit because tofu, when you put it in broth, it kind of softens up a little bit. So I would not suggest putting the tofu back in the broth, but you would cook the noodles in the broth and then top it with the tofu. But you absolutely can use tofu. I told you this is totally, personalized. You can personalize this however you want to. I was trying to make up a word. It's personalizable. Someone Google that real quick. Personalizable. So this is totally personalizable. That has to be a word. I mean, it just sounds right. Someone Google it and check me to see if that's a word. But I feel like it is because it just makes sense. Okay, let's get going. So our pan is hot. And you want to make sure your pan is hot before you put the chicken in here. And the reason why is we want a nice sear on the chicken. So So I want to make sure that I see the little bubbles in my oil before I put the chicken in here. And it makes that beautiful sound like this. That's the sound we want. Y'all hear that? The sizzle, it makes the sizzle. You want that sizzle. So we're going to saute this chicken. And I'm going to keep you're going to keep your heat on like a medium high, right? Because you want this chicken to be nice and seared. Okay? So you can put tofu in this dish. You could substitute it for pork. Okay? And pork, I'm telling you, pork goes really well with zucchini and onions. And lemon. I actually have a recipe on my page. It's called One Pot Pork and Zucchini. And basically, you're cooking pork chops and zucchini and onions with the sauce. So it's kind of like a different version of this recipe. It's kind of cool. Okay, we have almost 50 people in here hanging out on this Wednesday. Happy New Year. You guys are making meals with Meka live. We are making our lemon garlic zoodles with chicken because it is the beginning of the year. New year, new you. We are eating healthy, but we're eating deliciously. And this is the perfect recipe that's going to get you there. Okay? So go ahead and drop where you are from in the comments. We always have people from everywhere. I think the furthest so far right now is we have someone from Belize. Brazil. Brazil's the furthest. We have someone from Brazil. So welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have someone from Philadelphia. What's up, Philly? Hold on. Let me tell you about Philly. Philly. I say this all the time. I had the absolute best sandwich I've ever had in my whole entire life. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being extra. I had it in Philly and it was at Max's Cheesesteak. And I am not exaggerating. That was the absolute best sandwich I've ever had in my life. And the next time I am in the East Coast, like if I'm in New York, I'm hitting up Philly. Please believe me. Oh, we have someone from the UK. All right, UK. We have someone from the Philippines. Tyra, you are from the Philippines. Let's go, Philippines. I love it. All right, we got Brooklyn in the house. What's up, Brooklyn? So let me tell you about Brooklyn. Seriously, 2 years ago when I was on the East Coast bringing in New Year's, that's when I got the best sandwich I ever had in my life. In Philadelphia, we brought in New Year's and we hit up Brooklyn. We hit this pizza spot. It was a bodega and it was a pizza spot. So we went to the bodega and I got me a corned beef on a roll. It was absolutely delicious. And then literally walked right next door and got a huge slice of pizza. And it was the best cheese pull. One thing about pizza is it has to have a cheese pull. That cheese pull was amazing. So shout out to Brooklyn. What's up? We got Vegas. Jay Kelly is in Vegas. Jay Kelly. Okay, Vegas. Let me tell you. Do you gamble a lot when you're in Vegas? Like, I don't think. And I'm serious. I know like Vegas residents are kind of like I'm probably over gambling. I don't do all that. I couldn't live in Vegas without going to the casino at least once or twice a week. You know, throw a couple dollars on red number 5, red number 7, and red 3, and that 000. You know, those are my numbers. And 14 as well. Red 14, just to see what it's like. I always bet on red. I don't bet on black. Okay, let's see. Someone says, hi, what are you doing? And we got someone from Boston. What's up, Boston? What's up? I am making lemon garlic zoodles. Okay, right now I am sauteing our chicken thighs for the recipe. We have our zoodles. These are zucchini noodles that are over here resting. and we're putting together this delicious recipe. So you are tuning in at the right time. Okay, Kaylee, welcome, Kaylee. Happy New Year. I hope your New Year is going well. Jay Kelly said he doesn't go to the strip. Someone I know comes to town. Okay, unless someone you know comes to town. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. You live in a tourist area and you don't visit the tourist spots. I 1,000,000,000% get that. Absolutely. All right. Okay, let's see here. It's time to, so I have been sauteing these on one side. Have you guys noticed that I have not touched the chicken, okay? It is important because I want a nice sear on the chicken. I wasn't over here stirring it and messing with it. I'm just letting the chicken do what it does, okay? Now it's time to flip it, and I should have a nice golden brown. Yep, just like I thought. We want a nice little, y'all see that sear? That is what you want on that chicken, okay? We want that sear on that chicken. Kaylee, I hope that you feel better, boo. Okay? I hope that after you watch this show, you get some positive vibes and that you feel better. Because feeling sick is not great. Especially to start the new year off. So now I'm just going to go through and flip these. Okay? If you are using chicken breast, it's going to cook a lot faster. All right, so you want to make sure you keep an eye on your chicken. I'm going to flip these. And everything is looking delicious. It's nice and golden brown, just like I like it. You guys, I'm just so happy. Okay, year 2026 is going to be a great year. You know, go ahead and claim it. If you believe that, go ahead, type claim it. You claim that in the comments. You got to go ahead and claim it. You got to manifest. You have to speak into existence the things that you want, okay? If you want something, not only do you have to speak it into existence, you have to know that it's going to happen, and then you have to put action behind it. So 2026 is going to be a wonderful year. We're going to eat some delicious food, okay? I know that much. We're definitely going to eat good in 2026, all right? Every Wednesday, tune in to Making Meals with Meka. One thing you will be doing is eating good in 2026. I can guarantee that. Let's go in for some comments. All right, toss them around. I'm not going to toss them around just yet, okay? I will toss them, but I'm not going to toss them around just yet because I want to sear on both sides, but we will toss them, okay? We will toss these around. All right, let's see here. All right, everyone's doing good. If you are having a good time, go ahead and hit the like button. If you have not subscribed to Making Meals with Meka, go ahead and subscribe. You know, I'm live every Wednesday. Then I also post like food hacks. You know, I love to try different fruits and vegetables and foods. So I'm always posting about new foods and what they taste like and if you should try it or not. And of course, I post recipes. So this is a one-stop shop for everything culinary, okay? You will not be disappointed. All right, let's see what the comments are talking about. Oh my God, your famous garlic noodles. How are you, my friend? Frank will be watching. Hello, yes, these garlic zoodles are going to be delicious. Hello, Frank, how are you? How are you? All right, we got, what does that say? Is that Madeline? Madeline says you're going to subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Let's go. That's looking good already. It's smelling good already. Okay? I'm not joking. It's smelling delicious already. All right. So chicken thighs are going to take a little bit longer. So if you are using chicken thighs, you just got to have a little patience, right? If you're using chicken breast, your chicken breast will be done by now. You know, they only take a couple minutes on each side and they're done. So if you're using chicken breast for this recipe, then you will remove it. You want to make sure you cook it until it's not pink in the center. But then you want to take it off because you do not want to overcook your chicken breast because they will be like dry. But I'm cooking chicken thighs and they're nice and juicy. So these are not done yet. Someone says that chicken is overcooked and it's not. And it's not, boo. How do you know it's overcooked? It's not overcooked, boo. This chicken is actually perfect, okay? It's smelling delicious. So for the ones that are a little light on one side, all right, I know you guys are ready for me to do it, so I'm gonna go ahead and let's just go ahead and mix them up now. Okay, let's just go ahead and mix these up. All right, is that satisfying? Is that satisfying to see me mixing all the chicken up? I feel you. I know it is. And I could get all chefy and fancy and go in and flip them like that, you know. So we could be a little fancy and flip them like that and put them back on the heat. So these have maybe like 30 more seconds, and then I'm gonna take them off. Let's go to the comments. I hope everyone is doing great right now. Can you please? Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay, let's see. That looks great. Yes, it does. Absolutely. Thank you. I missed a little bit. Meka, what seasoning have you put on the chicken? Oh, no worries. So the chicken is seasoned with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and thyme. Okay, dry thyme. Thyme is the wild card ingredient here, because a lot of people don't really know that thyme goes really, really well with chicken. And thyme has like a backdrop of lemon. Like it has a hint of lemon flavor. That is, that's one of the profiles that's in thyme. So because we're making a garlic lemon sauce, the thyme is going to go perfect in here. And it's just going to add a little to your dish, All right. Ooh, this chicken is looking delicious, you guys. All right, let's take it out. All right, it's ready to be removed. You guys know I'm going to try one of these, right? These are like little chicken nuggets. What are you talking about? Add some cognac to that. Some cognac. Well, I'm not making a cognac sauce, but maybe I'll play around with that, Maybe I'll play around with that did say cognac, right? Did I read that right? Did I read that right, guys? Okay, so the chicken is all removed. And I'm just going to try a little bitty piece because we want to make sure it's seasoned correctly. I'm not going to try it right now. I'm going to set it to the side to let it get cool. So I don't want to burn my mouth. I'll set a little piece to the side. Okay, now in this pan right here, don't even worry about it. I'm turning it down. We are going to add our shallot. Now, shallot does cook a lot faster than onion. So this is going to be a quicker process right here. Okay, so I turn this down because we don't want it to burn. And you know those little brown bits? You guys see the brown bits from the chicken? Those stay in there. That's flavor. Okay? We don't remove those. That's flavor. Okay. Better than that sandwich that made you sick? Oh my gosh. So you guys, Frank just mentioned a sandwich that made me sick. Yes. So I do food reviews. I go around. I go to restaurants. Especially I live in Chicago. So there's so many delicious restaurants around here. I want to try them all. So I do food reviews. And a couple of weeks ago, this one guy, this owner of a restaurant, he inboxed me and was like, "Hey, come check out my restaurant. I'm pretty sure you'll love it." Woo, 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 woo. And I was like, "Okay, absolutely." And I get invited to a lot of restaurants, but I never tell the restaurant owner when I'm coming. I keep it just random. So I went maybe about a month and a half to 2 months after he actually invited me in, just so he wouldn't know I was coming. And the restaurant owner wasn't there, but it was a sub shop. And I ordered a sub, and this is like when I was filming myself while I was eating it, and like when I opened it, it just did not look right, and I just smelled it, the meat. I probably smelled it about 10 times, and after the third time, I should have thrown the sandwich away. But I'm like, no, I'm doing a food review. Let me just stick it out. And I took like 3 bites of the sandwich, and I was like, I can't do it. I could not finish the sandwich, and then I end up getting really, really sick. Really, really sick. So needless to say, I did not leave a great review because that was not okay. Okay? All right. Let's go. So our shallot, they're done. We're going to add our garlic. Okay? So you guys, the smell in this kitchen is amazing, okay? Like, you know, the aroma from the chicken has already been cooking, right? And then you have the garlic that's about to make it even more fragrant. And then I'm going to add some chicken stock. So I'm only going to saute this for about 1 minute. And then let me taste the chicken. So you guys, this is the chicken. Now, does that look dry or overcooked? And it don't. Look at that. That is glistening. Oh my God, that is delicious. Perfectly seasoned. Delicious. Okay, now I'm going to add my chicken stock reduced a little bit. I might have to put a little bit more in here. So I'm going to add my chicken stock. I gotta put a little bit more in here. So to this pan, I'm going to add my chicken stock. Okay. So right now in this pan, guys, I have my shallot, I have chicken stock, and I have garlic. Okay. That's all we have right here. That's it. And then I'm going to take the juice of 1 lemon. Now, this is how I get all the juice out of my lemon. My mom taught me this growing up. You just roll it. And it just releases all the juice inside. Okay. And then I'm going to use my juicer and get the lemon out. Now, I not only cut it in half, I cut the ends off too. Okay? So those of you that are just tuning in, you're making meals with Meka. We are at the crucial part of this dish. We are making the lemon garlic sauce for our lemon garlic zoodles. Okay? And we are going to squeeze the juice of 1 whole lemon in here. Ooh, it's going to be so lemony, so garlicky. Ooh, wee. All right, let's see here. I ate pizza like that. Someone says they ate pizza like that. It tasted horrible. But the guy just opened shop, and I tried to tell him that this pizza was bad. I ate 3/4 of it. Yeah, it's, you know what? And the crazy part is, I'm sorry that you had that experience. And I'm sorry that you got sick. And he should have listened to you. You were in his shop. You were, you know, patronizing his business, and he didn't want to listen to you. That's crazy. You know, someone told me that I should have called the health department, and I didn't even think about it. I just said I'm just not going to go back to that place. Okay, guys, I have put the juice of 1 lemon. Okay, that's going to be the lemony part to our lemon garlic sauce. And right now, I'm just going to bring this to a boil. Let's see. Okay. That's Guy Fieri's lemon squeezer. Is it? I did not know. I don't even know where I got that lemon squeezer from. But, well, I didn't know that. It's a great lemon squeezer. All right. While our sauce is coming to a boil, you guys, we're almost done. We are almost done. The zoodles aren't going to take that long. So remember I said that you want to put salt in here to get rid of all the water. Look at that. Can you guys see that? Look at that. I'm going to put it in a cup for you to see how much water these zoodles hold. And you don't want that in your sauce, okay? So what the salt does is it just brings all the water out. of the zoodles. And this is a very important step, you guys. You do not want to skip this step, or all of this water would be in your sauce and it would not be what you want it to be. So I have taken about almost a cup of water out of my zoodles. Okay? We don't want that. Now that this is boiling, we're going to add the zoodles to here. You guys keeping up? Because we are almost done. So we're going to take our zoodles and we're going to put them in the sauce. All of them. I love this dish, guys. I love this dish. It's so delicious. All right. And we're going to cook the zoodles in this sauce. The zoodles are going to cook for about 5 minutes. Okay? And the goal is for them to just kind of soak up the sauce. So this isn't going to be a soupy dish. It's just going to be a nice, bright, light noodle dish. It's not a soup, like a noodle dish, okay? So let's let that come to a boil. We're going to let those boil. For those of you that are just tuning in, you are Making Meals with Meka Live. Hello, and you are at a great part. We are cooking our zucchini noodles in our lime, in our chicken broth with lime, with lemon. Why do I keep saying lime, guys? In our chicken broth with lemon, and it also has garlic and shallot. So it's a really, really delicious, flavorful broth. Okay, let's go. All right. Hi, Barbara. Hello, Barbara. Happy New Year. How are you doing? Thank you for joining the live. I am really excited to have you here. We have a party here, people. We have 60 people here hanging out. Just hanging out on a Monday, you know? Okay, so we have that now. I have to go get a plating. I didn't have a plating dish, guys. Where's my plating dish? So I need you guys to do me a favor. Watch my zoodles. I'll be right back. I have to go find a plating dish. 1 second. I'm back. Did you miss me? Did you miss me? I'm back. I missed you guys too. Okay, so it's not noodles. No, Frank, this is not noodles, Frank. But they look like noodles. Don't they look like noodles? And they're going to be as satisfying as noodles. But this is a lower carb, healthier version of noodles. These are zucchini noodles. So in the beginning, I took my zucchini and I took my little zoodle apparatus and I made homemade noodles with zucchini, aka zoodles. And this is a perfect dish for anyone who wants to eat a very satisfying yet healthy dish, you know, and they want to cut some carbs. You know, if you want to cut some carbs, this is the perfect way to cut carbs. When you're cutting things from your diet, you don't have to cut the flavor. And that is what my cooking is all about. If you ask me, well, Meka, like what type of food do you cook? I cook all types of foods, but I take the foods that we know and love and I make healthier versions of them. And that way you can indulge and be healthy and be happy. So that is what we're doing today. So this is our pan of zoodles. Don't they look delicious, guys? Don't they? Thank you, Tyra. Thank you. She said those look delicious, and they are. So these are almost done. They're on high. Now, before I add the chicken back to this beautiful bowl, we're going to have to indulge just a little bit, okay? And what I've learned is it's okay to indulge. You just have to have proper portion size, right? Or you just have to be disciplined when you indulge. So to this, we are going to add a couple of tablespoons, actually 2 tablespoons of butter. Yes, I said it, butter. And the butter, real butter though, okay? You guys, we're not using margarine. We're not using, so you think it's, what is it? I can't believe it's not butter. No, that is not real butter, okay? We are all about real wholesome ingredients. We're going to add real butter to this because it's just going to make it luscious and more delicious. And it's not going to add a lot of fat, right? And even if it does add some fat, it's okay because we're cutting fat in other ways. But what the butter does is it just kind of just brings the sauce together. It thickens it up and it just makes it just delicious. So I would say if you're trying this recipe, try it with the butter. Well, taste it before you put the butter in there and then taste it after the butter. And you're going to be like, oh my gosh, just a little bit, just a dab will do you. Okay, just a dab. So I've been cooking these zucchini noodles for about 5 minutes. Now, you don't want your zucchini noodles to be too mushy, right? You want these to have a really nice texture. Like when you're making regular pasta, you don't want your pasta to be mushy. You want it to be al dente, have a little bite. So we are cooking these zoodles to have a little bite, okay? And they are just, look, they are just happy in this sauce. Do you hear me? It's a really nice, light sauce. So before I add my chicken back to this, I am going to do a taste test. And look, you guys, this is how they look. Yeah. Look at that. You don't need noodles. Okay, let's taste them. Listen, let me tell you. You can taste the lemon. You can taste the garlic. The zoodles are nice and tender, but crisp. Okay? Now, this is missing some pepper. So, and the only thing this is missing is pepper. If you want to spice this up, you can add some red pepper flakes. It will take this up a notch. Okay? If you also want to add a little more oomph to it, you could make this creamy. You can add some cream, right? But when you're adding the cream and things like that, you're adding fat. So we're going to keep this nice and light. So we're just going to add some pepper. Toss that in. Okay. And then we are going to put our chicken back in. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. You guys, we are almost done. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it is smelling delicious. So we're going to put the chicken back in. We want the chicken to get that broth, to add some flavor. We want the noodles and the chicken to kind of, you know, mesh together and get all nice and cozy with each other and share each other's flavors. And that's what's going to make the dish delicious. All right, let's go to the comments real quick while this is simmering for about 2 minutes. Let's see. Oh dear, you look like a great cook. Where can I get me a shredder? You can get you can Google it. I can put in the link. So to this live, I will put in the link where I got this zucchini shredder from. It's absolutely perfect, and it also does other things too. It chops, it dices, it does like 15 things. I just mainly use it for my zoodles, but it does a lot of things. So I'll put that in there. You ate with the same spoon and cooking and eat. I don't know what that says. I ate with a fork and then I put it in the sink. So whatever. Here we go. Okay, so this is almost done. All right. One last thing. Watch my zoodles. I'll be right back, you guys. I have to run. I gotta go to the refrigerator and get some Parmesan cheese. I'll be right back. Dang, I'm sorry, guys. Give me a moment. Okay. Tell me I didn't prep without telling me I didn't prep. Okay, this is done. We're going to take this off and look at this. Woo-wee! That looks delicious. The only thing we have left to do is plate this up. Okay? So let me show you guys how I plate this up and how we're going to eat this, because it's going to be delicioso. So I have my nice little bowl. Where's my tongs? Oh, here they go. All right. What are you guys thinking so far? Do you guys think that this is a good recipe? Have you been enjoying yourselves? Let me know. Let me know. Someone says I need a wok. I actually do have a wok. This pan is actually perfect for this. The wok woks cook a little differently, and that's not the cooking technique that I want to use on this. But hey, listen, whatever you want to cook with, you cook with it. This recipe, you can you personalize it for your needs. If you have a wok and you want to cook this in a wok, go ahead and cook it in a wok. Try it in a wok and then come and tell me how it was in a wok. I would love to hear it. So we have our beautiful pot of zoodles and chicken. You guys, it's smelling amazing. So I'm just going to take a scoop like this, tilt my plate, put it on there. Okay, I'm going to go back in, get a little bit more zoodles. Put it on there. Oh, delicious. And we can't even get more, because this is nothing but a plate of vegetables. Remember, this isn't pasta. It looks like pasta, but it's vegetables. You know what that means? That means you can have more of it. And then I'm going to go and get some more chicken. Right? And as I pick up some chicken, it's okay if I pick up some zoodles. I'm okay with that. And then I want to get some of that sauce. So I just got to tilt it a little bit. I'm going to get some of that sauce, put it on there. Ooh, yes. And then, because I want to feel like I'm eating pasta and it all goes together, of course, I am going to just grate a little Parmesan cheese on top. And remember, if you're going to use Parmesan cheese, grate your own. Do not buy the ones already grated, okay? Grate your own with some Parmesan cheese, because Parmesan, lemon, and garlic are classic flavors. Okay? And then we're going to garnish with some fresh parsley. I like to, for this dish, I just like to take the parsley, flat leaf parsley, and just tear it on top, because this is a very rustic dish. And just tear a couple of pieces, and while I'm eating the parsley, just going to lift up this dish. And you guys, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. Lemon garlic zoodles with chicken. This is low carb, high protein, high flavor, highly delicious. Okay? Yay! So guess what? Now it's time for me to eat. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. The first Making Meals with Meka live of the new year. And we're coming every single Wednesday with easy, delicious, flavorful, healthy recipes. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe. Hit the like on this live if you've had a great time. Also hit the bell on my channel that lets you know when I have new footage that's coming out. And I really look forward to hanging out with you guys right here in my kitchen next Wednesday. You guys are absolutely wonderful. I love interacting with you. If you have questions about anything, questions about a recipe, please inbox me, let me know, or just leave a comment directly on this live. I will also put a link in this live to where I got the vegetable, the zoodle maker. I have had a wonderful time. Happy hump day. Happy New Year. And I will see you guys on Wednesday. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.